Hey, today I'm gonna be going over the different parts of the viola. So if you're interested in learning about that, or the violin, because they're kind of the same, they're basically the same instrument just with slight differences, then please stay and enjoy the video. So this is my viola. She's cute. I got her about, I think, a year ago, but I played prior to this for like 8 years. So yeah, this is like my first owned one. When I was playing, I never owned it. I would always rent from my school, so I never found the reason to like own my own instrument. But let's start from the top. So this top part is called the scroll. As you can see, it's like a little roll, a little cinnamon roll. It kind of reminds me of cinnamon roll. I'm a little hungry. And I don't really know what this does other than adds decoration. It makes it look very sophisticated, very nice, you know. But outside of that, I really don't know. I don't think it don't really have a function. It's just there. Next, we have the pegs. These four things. These are used to tune the instrument. So we have these pegs, and then we have the fine tuners down here. The pegs, if your instrument is like completely out of tune, you use these to get in like a close range, and then you use the fine tuners to get like that exact sound you're looking for. And this little box, I guess you could call it a box. It's called the peg box. It's like a little rectangle. This is the peg box. It holds the pegs, and the pegs just go through, and they're held through these holes. All right, next we have the neck. This is where your hand is placed when you're playing the instrument. I'm assuming it's called a neck because it looks like one. These look like shoulders and this look like a neck. Yeah. And then we have the nut. Now this, it may look like literally nothing, right? For years, I didn't even know what it was used for. I just knew what it was called, but I never knew like what we needed it for. But recently, I've been working with somebody, and he told me this is used for like to gauge where your first finger is gonna go. So when you're holding it, your thumb goes in between the nut and your first finger, and then that's how you kind of gauge like where it is. And now moving to the fingerboard, which is this long black thing. It's a name within itself. The fingerboard is where your fingers go, where your fingers are placed when you're playing the instrument. Duh. And then we have the strings. So we have 4 strings: C string, G string, D string, and A string. Now for the violin has 4 strings, but it does not have the C string. It has the E string, which is higher than the A string. So the violin, it will go E, A, D, and G. Yeah. So moving down to the bridge. This is the bridge. It's called a bridge because if you look, it looks like a little bridge. It's holding the strings, and this is what it props the strings up to give it that sound, I'm assuming, because like if they were flat, you wouldn't be able to, well, no, not give it the sound. I would say like so you could play with your bow, because you move the bow across the strings. Like say if it was flat like a guitar, you wouldn't be able to do that with the bow, right? So the bridge is used to prop the strings up. That's my assumption. If it has other uses, then you know. If you know, then leave a comment. If not, you know, hey. And these two parts, this part between the bridge and the fingerboard is very important because this is where your bow goes. Your bow has to stay in between. If it goes too high up, it'll sound crazy. If it goes too high down, it'll sound crazy. It won't sound right. You'll hear these screeching noises. It's very ugly. Your music will sound not good. But it takes practice to keep it in between the bridge and the fingerboard. And then next we move down to the fine tuners. Like I said, these are used to get your exact sound. And then we're gonna move, I feel like I'm missing something, but I'm gonna keep going. All right, and then we're gonna move down to the tailpiece. Now, this, I never knew what it was called. I just found out what it was, really. I never really thought to question what this was or why it's called what it is. Like, I don't know. I'm guessing it just hold everything together, of course. That's what it looks like. But it's called the tailpiece because it's at the end, you know, the tail, the end. And yeah, and then we have here, this is called the tailpiece gut. I didn't even know this had a name. Like I said, I'm just finding out. Or it's called the tailpiece end piece. Some people call it that. Like, that sounds better, the tailpiece end piece. Like, why would it be called a gut? I don't know. And then this is the chin rest. This is where your chin goes, obviously, the chin rest. Your chin rests on it while you're playing your beautiful music. And then moving back up, the F hole. I'm assuming it's called an F hole because it looks like an F. It's shaped like an F. And this is used to create a better sound for your instrument. The music and vibrations go on the inside and it comes out through the hole. Or at least that's what I read. Also, on the inside, it's like a little, I don't know if you can see it, it's like a little wooden stick. That's called the sound post. And yeah, I think that's it. And then, oh, last but not least, we have this. We have the shoulder pads. This is where your shoulder goes. Now, this doesn't come with the instrument. It's sold separately, which I think is, I don't know why. I feel like it should come with it, like the chin rest does, but hey. Because it helps your weight when you're playing. Most of your weight goes between your chin and your shoulder. Like, most of the weight is held like this, and then your fingers are just there. When I used to play, I played for 8 years, and I've been playing it wrong. I was playing wrong. I used to hold my instrument like this and play, but your weight doesn't go here, it goes here. And your instrument, your hand is really supposed, your thumb is really supposed to be relaxed, and then your fingers are just supposed to plow down. But you know, of course, that's a learning lesson within itself too. But yeah, these are the different parts of the viola or the violin. So if you are interested in playing, you know, this is like one of the very first things you need to know. I feel like you can't just be picking up stuff and not knowing what you're picking up. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you want to do whatever floats your boat. And yeah, thank you.